I think the legal background, legal training is instrumental for many different roles. I think for those individuals that are looking to move beyond general counsel or a legal function into a business role, it's important to remember to give solution-oriented advice, lead from the business side, and implement your decision-making within the confines of the law as opposed to letting the law lead all your decisions.
Joining me today is Christy David, Executive Vice President, COO, General Counsel, and Secretary with InvenTrust Properties Corp. Christy, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Now, you're among the few REIT general counsels who have performed a variety of C-suite roles within your company. You're currently both the General Counsel and COO, and you have previously served as your company's Chief Investment Officer. Tell us about these distinct roles and how they all complement each other.
Sure. It's funny to think about them as distinct roles because I approach it as just my job every day and what I'm doing to strive to get to the company's bottom line and the results. I think that if the general counsel and the legal function is really performing well, it is helping facilitate the business and it's helping facilitate the operations team in reaching the common goal. And so when I became general counsel, I really was looking for ways to provide operational efficiencies for the department. I was looking for ways to better our processes and really embed the legal function throughout the business. And I think it was a natural transition for me when I became COO to strive for those same things across the organization.
Do you think that in general, legal training is helpful background for someone who's looking to become a chief investment officer or a chief operating officer?
I think the legal background, legal training is instrumental for many different roles. I think for those individuals that are looking to move beyond general counsel or a legal function into a business role, it's important to remember to give solution-oriented advice, lead from the business side, and implement your decision-making within the confines of the law as opposed to letting the law lead all your decisions.
And wearing your general counsel hat, what do you think are the biggest risk factors for REITs here in 2023?
So just from the general counsel perspective, I would say that the biggest risk factors are the SEC disclosure rules, really how to understand them and thoughtfully apply them to your business, making sure that you can give thoughtful disclosure. There's been a lot of changes and a lot more coming as it comes down for climate change and ESG, and I think those are big concerns for general counsels, of particular the REITs. If you were to talk about the bigger REITs spectrum and companies holistically in the market, I think it's probably the capital market disruption, interest rates, and inflation.
And finally, how has the pandemic changed the way that InvenTrust operates day to day?
In some ways there were some positives that came out of the pandemic. For us, the pandemic really solidified some of our strategies, in particular grocery anchored. Our properties were very, very resilient, performed very well. Our markets, which are Sunbelt markets, achieved great results. Many of them were open and operating and thriving during the pandemic. And then from a cultural perspective, our teams did such a fantastic job that we've really, as an executive team, allowed us to continue the hybrid work environment, offering better work-life balance for the employees. We've also allowed employees to have half-day Fridays, which allows employees to attend charity events and give back to their communities.